Good afternoon, guys. Actually, it's evening. It's probably really dark in here, but it's dark in my house. If you've been here before, then you'd know that it's usually dark in my house. So I am Mama Bear to many. I have 12 children still at home, have 14 children altogether. So I'm going to go over what I got at stores today and kind of what we did today. Today is the day after Thanksgiving, which is also known as Black Friday. And some people go shopping and getting all these things, and some people do not. So we will discuss if I'm one of those or not, and what I got and what I didn't get. Um, First, I'm feeling kind of like heavy. I don't know if that's the right word or not. The day before Thanksgiving, somebody that we know, we're not super close to this person, but we see them every week through, we pick up pig food at a local source, and he is there. And he passed away on the day before Thanksgiving, and my heart's just really heavy. I think that once you have somebody who's really close to you pass away, my son, for those of you who don't know, my son, who is 23, passed away this past February. And I think that it just brings that whole new reality of you really want to be praying for that family. You want to know how you can help that family, how you could bless that family. It also makes you think like how many opportunities you had to share the truth of the gospel with that family or with that person. Um, so it's just kind of really just heavy, it's heavy because want you want everyone to be with you in heaven, because it's going to be like just this awesome place. Our home is in heaven. Our home is only here on earth for a small period of time, but our home is, with the Lord, and that's what really counts. So anyhow, off to our groceries. But if I kind of just if I'm kind of funky, that's why. So I will tell you what I got. So first, what I had to do today, we just sent AJ home, which is my Aunt Judy, and she is 80 years old. She came up from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, up here to Maine, where we are, I almost said a train, on a bus. We picked her up from the bus station. Then I brought her over to see my Grammy, who is in a memory care facility. She's at a point that she really needs more care than I can actually give her, or that I would be able to give her with my children. And it's really hard because my Grammy has been like a mom and a Grammy to me throughout the years. My mom was young when she had me, and so I spent quite a bit of time with my Grammy too. And so it's really precious. Like, I remember sleeping over her house and, doing fun things and stuff with her. And she's such a precious woman to me. Even now, I go in there, and a lot of times she forgets quite a few people's names, and she never forgets me. And it's so special that she doesn't forget me. Anyone who's dealt with Alzheimer's, dementia, they would know that it's so meaningful when that person recognizes you. And to me, it's so meaningful that my Gram still recognizes me. She doesn't know my children, but she knows that they are my children. So anyhow, let's do this. So we had to go get cranberries, and we actually didn't have to go get cranberries. A woman actually called. She called us last year as well. She owns some cranberry bogs, and she was giving us some cranberries. Some of those would be for the pigs that are just like nasty cranberries. And she also blessed us with some cranberries for us to put in the freezer or to can or whatever we wanted to do. So that was lovely. So we went down to her house, which is about an hour and a half away, something like that. So we went down to her house, and on the way there, I had not eaten breakfast, and because I just felt so full from Thanksgiving, and just kind of like, oh, I didn't know if I wanted to eat anything in the morning, so I had like 2 cups of coffee because I love coffee. And then I went down to her house. But then by the time we were almost there, I was thinking, I need to eat something, especially like nursing my baby. It's like if I feel like I need to eat something, then I need to eat something or drink or whatever it is right then, because if not, then I'll start getting headache and stuff. So this is what I got at the store. I was kind of thinking, I wasn't really thinking of like this is a big meal. It's just kind of what I got at the store. So they had sweet potatoes. These are not organic, but they had sweet potatoes for 47 cents per pound. Around here, that is like super deal. Even for like before Thanksgiving, even before whatever, they were 98 cents a pound. That was the cheapest for non-organic. So 47 cents per pound. I was like, I'll just peel them or wash them really good and we'll just use those. So I got those. And then they had some of these bundles. It's like over half a pound. It's like, it says, I'm not quite sure. They are, I think it's actually a pound each. So it's a pound of cheese and a pound of meat. And so I got one, they're Cajun chicken and pepper jack cheese. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get one of these and then just kind of do roll ups for us for lunch, which we did. And then I ended up buying two more because the Cajun chicken is actually a gluten free, non additive type chicken. And so I grabbed two more for my husband. Then I saw these last week. I went to Walmart and then the other Walmart in Bangor, and there's been like no natural bacon at all. And I do like to just make that sometimes and throw it on top of salads. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that, but I grabbed it while I could. And then from there, I also got two of these blueberries. Those blueberries are not organic. They didn't really have an organic section there. I thought that I was going to eat those on the way back to the house, but I ended up just having a couple turkey and cheese roll-ups. We also bought one loaf of gluten-free bread. I didn't want the bread. I asked the kids if they wanted the bread, and they said that they did. And then I got 2 bags of these avocado oil potato chips. A box of these. We've never had these before, so I thought that we'd try them. And then I bought these. I've been looking for, these are jumbo muffin tins. I've been looking for these on Amazon and they were like $15 for one, and I found them there for $6.99. So I bought 2 of those. Kind of playing back and forth. We did have a bakery before, or not really a bakery, but like we would offer baked goods at our stand before, and we're contemplating doing gluten-free. So I wanted to see if I could find something that would actually rise that well, that we'd be able to make like giant cupcakes and sell those. So it's just kind of like in my head, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but for $6.99, I'll give it a whirl. Even if we just do them for ourselves, then I'm fine with that. So the total for that was, let's see, 103.61. Yeah, 103.61. It was like lunch and a couple other things. Okay, so now I went to Walmart. So we grabbed the cranberries and then we came back up to the small city. The small city has 3,000 people in it, and the next city would be 2 hours away. So the small city is about 3 hours. 3 hours, 30 minutes away from us. So we were coming on our way back up and we had to stop there to get pig food. We weren't quite sure. I was going to try to come back to the house, unload the cranberries, and then go back to the place that we go pick up pig food. And there just wasn't enough time. So we moved things around in the back, and then we stopped at Walmart, did a couple groceries, and then did whatever. Most of what we have here is Ibotta. So I already have stuff for meals. So I'm all set with meals for the week. I don't need to worry about what we have for meals. I have a bunch of freezer meals. I'm going to organize some things. You'll see what's going on if you pay attention. We'll do some more things this week. So we have 2 Learn and Go potty seats because we might have a 2-year-old that wants to learn and go potty. So I had before 2 seats, one in the upstairs, one in the downstairs bathroom. And I kept going in the bathroom and all I could smell was smelled like dirty toilet. And even though I scrubbed the things a bunch of times, I was just like, okay, I just got rid of them because that's just gross. So I decided that we would just get rid of them. And I was going to, I don't know, I saw these were like $11. These kind right here. So I just got one for each of the bathrooms. So the Learn and Go potties, yes, rotten apples. My kids left rotten apples at the table. I need to take care of those, but that's life. So these sausages were still on the Ibotta rebate. I love to make Jag, and these right here are the best for making Jag because they have the right seasoning, but they also they're also like no artificial ingredients and such. So then we had this this has to go in the freezer. So delicious, dairy free. I bought it on that. And then these also had Ibotta. These, if you have not had this, I used to love coffee ice cream, and then recently, probably the last 5 years or so, I'm like, oh, it tastes like artificial coffee. And so I haven't liked coffee ice cream. Well, I accidentally picked one of those up because that's completely dairy free. And I accidentally picked one up for a birthday party. So then I tasted it. Oh my goodness, is that good? It tastes like real coffee ice cream. If you're older-ish and remember yummy coffee ice cream that tastes like creamy coffee, that is it right there. It's actually a sorbet, but it is so yummy. So yes. Okay, I'm just gonna ask somebody to bring, those are pretty melty, to bring, ask somebody to bring those out. Could somebody bring the ice cream out? Okay, here we go. Just wait, because we have a bunch of deals over here. So there was $2 cash back, and these are the ones that I usually buy anyway. I love Huggies because they're thick. And when we had my son, he didn't go on he needed to be wiped. So they're nice and thick, and I love those. They also had, I wish they had more of these at the store. This is the only one that they had, but it was $3.50 cash back on this. These has only acetaminophen, agave syrup, blueberry flavor, citrus extract, non-GMO flavor, and purified water. That's it. So we're trying to switch over to this. But it's hard when your store doesn't carry it. Walmart, the machine, like the internet wasn't working correctly at Walmart. But I know that there was a big thing, like a cashback offer on Ibotta, and I need pens anyway. So I ended up getting a blue and a black, and I can't remember what the deal exactly was, but these were $1.57 each, and we needed pens anyway, so I was going to be buying pens anyway, so I just grabbed those. We got more of these. These are $4.97, and it's a $3, I think, cash back on those. So those are nice to have. I love to keep just like a big box of razors for if anyone needs them. Just grab a razor, and like I never think about that. I only get them when they're on sale or I can find a good deal. So the Primal Kitchen, I got in these the other day. You've seen that. We use Primal Kitchen because there's no soy in it. A lot of the prepackaged things carry soy in them. So Primal Kitchen does not. So I got 2 of the buffalo sauces. These had $1 cash back. And then I got 1 steak sauce and 2 no soy teriyaki. And I might have got 2 of these. I love these things. These are not gluten-free. I should not be eating these things. Here's my honesty. I got 2 of these. Okay. So then I got 2 eggs. So these were almost $7 a piece. But I looked, oh my goodness, those big boxes have like 60 eggs, the cheap, like, I don't want to say crappy eggs because I know tons of people use them. The cheap little eggs, last year they were like $5.68 or something. They were $17 and change. So I bought these 2. Half and halves. I'm going to keep these in a vehicle. In the wintertime, a lot of times what we'll do when we go to the city is I'll do a coffee pot, and then I have a really big thermos, and I'll dump the coffee into the thermos and then bring that with us. And those will be good to have just kept in the car to be able to use as necessary. And it saves a lot of money because I just bought coffee today. I bought 3 coffees. I think it was, I want to say like $13. I don't know. They're like $4 a piece or something. So 2 of these, just basically restashing my stash. I can't always get these. And then I needed more small knives for the kids that were actually sharp. So I just got these. These were 97 cents. I got 3 of those. So let's see. I got some bras, different sizes, different people. That was the price for those. I got some tank tops. That was the price for those. Got 2 of those. One of my daughters needed pants, leggings underneath our skirts, and it's so annoying when I have to pay full price for something. I have been looking in thrift stores, unable to find, trying to find leggings, and have not been able to find leggings for anyone. And it's so frustrating when that happens. So I did buy her, these were $4.48 a piece. 2 pairs of leggings. I know a lot of you are like, oh, that's not that much money and whatever, but for me it is. I think I'm just so cheap. I don't like spending full price for anything. I'm actually going to do a video about where I do like to spend money and why I like to save so much money so that I can spend money in other areas. Okay, so I'm going to show you these, and all of these here. Let's see. I'm going to move it around a little bit. Okay, these 2 pairs of these. This pile right here were all this. Were all $2. Different sizes. Those were all $2. I was happy with that. That's when I usually buy leggings, is when they're like that. But they didn't have lots of sizes in there. But then we did find on this weird rack, we did find a couple of the girls. These are all women's. A couple of the girls. So I got this one was $2.50. This was $3. And then all of these are actually the same size. They're the same size, but honestly, my 6-year-old and my 5-year-old can both wear this size. So that was a bunch of that. Oh, and those were $2.50 each. So the only things that I got for Black Friday were these following items. We have a pull-out sofa. So this is for the pull-out sofa. We actually have 2 pull-out sofas. And so this is for one of the pull-out sofas because we only have one sheet set for one sofa. And what I want to do is make them both up and then just fold them in the beds. So they'll be available if we had people coming over. And if we had a family, then we could have both in use if need be. And then I got 2 sets. The kids have plenty. Twins are fairly cheap, and I can usually get those on clearance a lot of times, but my husband and I have a king, and that's kind of hard to get sales on. So these king, and then I got a white one. They only had these 3 colors here, but they were only $15 a piece. So I got those. And then I got this. I have never used this before, but so what I do, this might save you, this might not save you, but I have this kind of secret. And what I do is I always keep a backup of any appliance that I use a lot of times. I will keep a backup of. So I have a backup blender, and that might be I go to a thrift store and I see a blender that might work, and I'll bring that in the house. I'll plug it in, make sure it works, and that's my backup blender. I have a backup food processor because I use that. So everything that I use a lot, then I have a backup for. So I just opened my backup of my coffee maker, and I didn't have another backup of a coffee maker. So they had this. Oops. Dropping my sheets all over. So they had this coffee maker. I don't know. It looks really weird. I've never seen a coffee maker that did hot and iced coffee, but as long as it does hot coffee, and it says it's a 12 cupper. So So I'm good with it. As long as it works, I'm good with it. I usually just have like cheap ones, whatever. That was $15. That was cheap enough for me. I like to keep them under $20. So I'm good with that. And ours burn out really fast, but we also run because we have, let's see, myself, my husband, two older girls drink coffee. My son drinks coffee. Um, so definitely five. And sometimes my mother comes over and she drinks coffee. But we have five people. But what happens? So my husband will make coffee in the morning, and then he doesn't drink out of a regular cup. He drinks out of this huge like Yeti cup now, and so it literally is half a pot of coffee in his cup. So he drinks half a pot, which is not enough coffee for everyone else. So we are kind of almost on like the two pot, um, needing a two pot every morning. And then we do one pot in the afternoon. So they burn up fairly quickly. Actually, for Thanksgiving, I pulled out our urn, which I like for having more people. I feel like it's like all those, I have like itchy nose now. So I went I went to Walmart, and it's like they had all those like we're not into scents. We're really like natural, and we don't buy like any fragranced anything. But they had all these like little, they're melts, I guess. I don't know if they're like a candle or like you melt them somehow. But anyhow, how you melt these things. And so the smell of that was all over. It's like there was bins of these melty things all over the place. So I'm like, oh, I feel like itchy all over. Um, yeah, so that's what I got. Oh, you need my receipts, don't you? So I did this on two receipts. I don't know if this has happened to you guys, but if you ring in so many on a register, so many items on a register, sometimes it will cut you off and tell you that you can't get any more items. So, and then you have to put another thing on the other register. So what I've been doing, because that's happened to me more than one time, is I'll put a partial order in and then just close it up myself. And then I've actually been doing it so it's like food and non-food, if that's what I'm doing. I've been doing it separate just because it's like every time I do that, every time I try to put everything on, they'll close my thing and it will be like two items that I have to put on like a separate slip. So now I'm like, you know what, this will help me like see where my money is going anyway, whether it's food, non-food, whatever. So I have been doing that. So the food was 131.68, and then the non-food was 204.40. And then between both of those, the Ibotta cash back was 41.66, I want to say. So yeah, because I had from the other day and then today, it equals like $106 or something like that on Ibotta, which I'm going to probably cash out and then use. So I don't think that was too bad. I mean, everything's going up, but I'm glad that we found some of the things on sale. And that's how I like to do things. So I like to buy things. A lot of times people ask me, like, how do you do it? This is how I do it. So if I see leggings that could potentially be somebody's size, I'll just pick them up. If that person doesn't want them, then they'll just go down to the next person. And I'm fine with that. If there's like, most of the time, they're fine with that because then they don't have to purchase it themselves or, whatever, pay full price or whatever. A lot of my kids are as cheap as I am, if not cheaper. $1 is probably cheaper than me, but that's okay. So that is that. What else am I doing? Oh, I know what I'm doing. So I don't know if anyone uses Fetch Rewards, but I use Fetch Rewards. And so I have a $25 gift card and a duvet cover that I'm interested in is actually $23. So I'm going to get the duvet cover and a pack of tracks. And then I'm going to use that $25 coupon. So I'm kind of like treating myself to a new duvet cover, which is really kind of cool. I don't know what it is. I have certain like things that I'm like, oh, I don't know, like a new day duvet cover is almost like it makes your room just like a whole new room because you put like a new bedspread on. So that is what we did. I think my next video, it's really heavy on my heart on where we spend our extra money, because I think that you can see different ways that I'm trying to save money by things on clearance, going to thrift stores, all those different ways that like I'm trying to save money. And maybe it would be a good idea on why I do that and where I put my money and the difference and that type of stuff. So I think that I'll probably break that down for you guys on the next video. So I hope you guys had a great day and were able to get your Black Friday sales. If you needed to get Black Friday sales, I will also answer the question on my next video as to what we do for Christmas and why you don't see tons of toys and Black Friday crazy going around here. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.